If you run a plumbing company, three things are probably true. One, you get missed calls, which leads to missed sales. You send out quotes that never get followed up on. And your callbacks and warranty calls are eating your profits. None of these are a plumbing issue. They're system issues. You're a good plumber, but it's costing you money. After digging into this, I found 7 issues that are common with plumbing contractors. And one of them we'll dig deep into how applying AI returns a healthy return on investment. That's all in this episode of ROI with AI. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Mike, my quality guy. For over 30 years, I've been running quality and operations inside real operations. The whole point of this series is that you can see ROI in action. Real payback, real profits. And we're here to help you find more revenue, more time, and better quality. So let's jump into it. Let's talk about these 7 leaks you find in a plumbing business. Yes, that's a play on words. Yeah, I know it's kind of cheesy, but let's have fun with it. So number 1 is a slow response, slow lead response. You get an after all hours call that dies in voicemail. Number 2, you get quotes that die, sent out, nobody follows up on it. Number 3 is maintenance never rebooked, meaning you've got repeat maintenance. It could be some kind of a filtration system that needs to get swapped out every 6 months. But it's an opportunity to be in front of people again and be that top of mind when it comes to the plumbing needs. Duplicate data entry typed in 3 places. Same job info re-entered long before it's paid and not very efficient at all. Reviews left to luck rather than having a system for asking for and automating it, or at least having your techs ask, it gets left to luck. Flying blind on the numbers, close rate, return per tech, gut, not facts. We want to try to get to the point where you've got good data to back up all of those activities, those inputs you put into the job. And finally, number 7 is warranty and callbacks. These go untracked. The quiet one eats your margin. Well, that's what we're here to do is to dive deep into warranty and callbacks and really understand what a little investment can go a long way to those margins back to where they should be. So deep dive, as I mentioned, we're going to talk about warranty and callbacks. The one that nobody watches. A truck rolls, a tech fixes it for free and just disappears. Nobody talks about it again. Nobody's doing the math on it. Eats your margin and you never know why. Well, first, in our Audit, Optimize, and Automate process, we're going to want to first understand where are things going. So my recommendation, pull your callbacks, warranty jobs from the last 3 to 6 months. For each one, we want to know what broke. We want to know which tech ran it, which part or brand was it, what it cost you. And here's what I find. Most shops can't pull that data, isn't tracked. And so it's a matter of doing this manually first time through. So the real problem lies with the fact that callbacks happen. It's not the issue. They're going to happen. Industry standards is somewhere between 4 and 6% of all calls get callback. Not seeing the pattern is more important. So about 1/3 of these come from one brand of part. The industry is known to have issues depending upon the product. But the other big part of it, and this is maybe the 80-20, is that you've got one crew that generates most of the problems. Maybe it's one tech. They have twice as many as the rest of them. And so that information is worth money. And right now, many shops, it's just evaporating. They just deal with it and move on rather than looking at it from a lens of here's a trend and we need to address it. So the first step is really to log every callback the same way. And again, we're going to do this before we jump into any tech. So we'll make sure that we've got a cause, we've got a vendor, we've got a part, we've got a tech involved, and then also any costs, both from what costs went into the number of hours, because that's an opportunity cost. We'll get to that in a little bit here, because either you're going back and fixing a problem, or you've got new opportunities where you can generate cash. That doesn't have to do with a callback. That's it. So those are the fields. We're going to look for those 5 things as we log our callbacks. And so this is where AI earns its keep. And so there's a number of tools out there. I've got Google AI Studio is one of them. So for example, the tech finishes a callback and in plain English can speak into an app that it gets recorded, it structures it, logs it, and then that system then looks for patterns. The same part keeps showing up. It flags it for you. So there's a number of add-ons. For example, Jobber, Service Titan, House Call Pro all have what's called an API that allows you to grab that data. It may cost a little bit, but if you're already paying for the service, you might as well utilize it for all it can. So that's where you're going to need, either if you want to get into the realm of understanding Google AI Studio, or you job it out. And that's the beauty of AI today. Built for a fraction of the cost. Most providers now open their data. You pay for it each and every month, for example, as you're in Jobber or Service Titan. And this is something we just couldn't do a few years ago, but now it's available. All right, so in this instance, I started out in what's known as AI Studio, and simply just entered in a plan. What I was trying to do, the goal, the tone. In this case, it took liberties on throwing in some fake names: Ryan Scott, Ryan Howard, Michael Scott, so on and so forth, but a little fun there just for sample data. And then we gave it the idea of, okay, we want to integrate the Gemini API for voice transactions. So we have this log of callbacks. So if somebody is in the field and they have their phone, they can enter in and speak it, and it'll enter the information in there. All they need to do is follow a little bit of a prompt as to what happened with it. Callback management resolution. So we can track, see the open issues. We see, for example, we'll see the top reasons for callbacks, those that were fixed. So by coming over here back to the callback list, we can see who's open, we can see what's closed, fixed, I should say, all. We've got a list of customers, technicians, and by having all that information, we're able to simply, with this simple prompt, we're able to create this dashboard. Now it's probably taken me a couple of hours to iterate to what I need. I wanted to have some settings so that we could make sure that we have a team that we can invite and have different roles, and that way it limits a little bit of what they can input and see. But as the small business owner, plumbing contracting owner, they can tap on each one of these to see where their issues are coming from. So you get to see this nice dashboard about biggest callback reasons are leaks. So leaks, and the next is install error, wrong part. What jobs get callbacks, specifically speaking to, okay, water heaters seems to be a leader there. Drain sewer is an issue, faucet fixture. And then you can also look at it by technicians, callback, and things like that. So easily built within the AI, the Google AI Studio. It links to, in this case, we don't have it hooked up to Jobber or Service Titan, but it certainly can do that. Because of their APIs, we can bring in data like a list of customers and technicians, and then be able to dice this up. And it lives here. It doesn't live in the other software. So it's really a neat program that you can build out on your own. And that's how AI has really changed the game for the small business owner, in this case, the plumber, who needs to know what's going on, and they can get a return on their investment with something like this. Let's jump into the math. Now, I did some research here with Service Titan House Call Pro and their pricing guides, and they're saying the average ticket is about $1,200 per, and with a profit somewhere in the we'll call it an over 60% range gross margin. So using 1,200 jobs a year and using 6%, there'd be 72 callbacks a year. And let's just pick on a tech here if we want to just say that's the case. So if you've got a warranty callback, that means you're missing out on $700 in profit per job that jumps off the schedule because it's no longer an original job is no longer being run. It's time spent in a callback. So you're missing out on $700 every time you do a callback, plus the costs that go into it. So we'll just talk about the opportunity cost here. So you're talking about $50,000 a year in lost revenue due to callbacks. I should say profits. Let me clarify that it's profits. I want to look for profits here. So let's just say you cut that in half. You're down to 3% and now you're down to 36 callbacks. Well, that's about $2,100 back. And before warranty money, you can claw back from your suppliers. Looking at $25,000 a year that goes right to the bottom line. So again, let's look at the ROI on this. So we're talking about, let's just say it costs about $3,000 to get a one-time build on a Google AI Studio that links into your data. And again, I want to stress the fact that you're not going to be altering data that you have in Jobber or Service Titan. What you're going to be doing is taking information in and utilizing it elsewhere, meaning in a warranty callback situation where you can start to parse it out and figure out what's going on. Let's just say you got to spend about $20 a month in ongoing fees. Could be in Google or Claude for that matter, any tool that can help get us this information. And so we catch the pattern, and our return is we're cutting them in half. So that's about $2,100 in recovered, and this does not include supplier claims. So if you've got an issue with a part from a vendor, this would capture that. This does not include that. This is just purely profit that you're missing out because you're servicing callbacks. So that's a $700 return. $700 per. Let's try that again. It's a 700% return. So in 1 year, you're spending $3,240. You're getting back $25,200. That's a $22,000 net, and it gets paid back in about 6 weeks. So you spend $1 to get $7 back. And then in subsequent years, one could argue that you're going to have $28,000 in, because you don't have to spend it on the one-time build. So that again, these are national averages. Your real numbers are going to come from your own callbacks. But this is just an example of how AI, when used right, can give a significant ROI. So again, we're going to build it once, and it pays us every month. Built in a few weeks and paid back every month after. The build is cheap, the return compounds. Like what you saw here? If you want more and want to know whether an AI assessment is right for you, click the link below. If you're a right fit, let's talk. So going back to the finishing of our example here, we're going to spend about 20% of our time auditing and optimizing. We're going to find it, standardize it. And then we're going to take the time to automate it. And this is where the money lands. By doing the finding, understanding where is it coming from, and then standardizing it. In this case, we went back to our logs and documented where we were seeing it. And then we fold that into the automate piece so we can see it on a month-by-month basis and really nip it in the bud in terms of whether it's training, whether it's maybe you need a new vendor, maybe you need to find a new tech. Just saying, these things happen. So anybody can hand you a list of what's wrong. The value is doing it properly once, so it sticks and you keep getting paid off. So which one hit a nerve with you? In our list, I dove into the warranty and callbacks. Is there something that struck you of the 7? So which of the 7 struck you? Leave a comment. Love to hear it. And we'll dive into another industry in our next video. Thanks so much. Please hit the like, subscribe, and share button and comment below. Love to hear from you.